Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, I really wanted to answer one question that I usually get asked on LinkedIn, and the question is, can distinguish yourself from the rest of your competitors? Well, when I first get started, I felt the same. I didn't think that there would be anyone interested in my work, and it seemed like there are so many people doing the exact same thing. Well, it takes a lot of courage to start your own freelancing business. Fast forward after a year later, I have not only worked with hundreds of clients, but also I have started distinguishing myself from the rest of my competitors. And in this video, I will explain to you how you can distinguish yourself from the rest of your competitors. So let's get started. Now the first point is stop copying others. Many people think that it's a bunch of jumbo mumbo, but it's not. And I'm sure all of you guys have heard the same story again and again. Be unique, think outside the box. But the real question is how you can do that. You must first stop consuming so much content from other creators, because by doing that, you tend to mimic the kind of things they do, and it will make it very harder for you to find your own way of doing things. Yes, I am saying that you need to find your way of standing out. Now, I'm going to give you a very specific example in order to make it very clear. But before that, let me ask you one question. How you can apply for an internship or job on any job portal, let's say on LinkedIn? As far as I can tell, you first keep yourself consistent with the profile and network building, and then you send your resume to HR of some company. Well, believe me, there is nothing wrong with it. But the thing is, so many people are doing the exact same thing, and you end up getting no internship or job at all. The reason is you haven't distinguished yourself from the rest of your competitors. Now, let's consider the viral resume of Avkash Shah on LinkedIn. He just wanted to do internship at CRED, and the effect of this viral resume was so powerful that people started advocating to give him the internship, and he ended up getting internship at CRED. Now, my point is, everyone can cite the research, but if you want to go further in your niche, you need to be very real and authentic. Now, moving on to the second tip that I have for you. According to inc.com, niching down is an entrepreneur's best chance to stand out. And in order to find an attractive sub-niche, you first need to find where there is already a huge hole in the market. What I'm trying to say is that if you find a market that doesn't already have a lot of competition, you will stand on more solid grounds. Not only your competitor number will be very low, but also customer satisfaction will be higher. And you will find enough time to distinguish yourself from the market leaders, because they still be struggling to address their customers' need not met by existing products. And if you want to find an attractive niche, first start with the problem. Ask yourself where there is already huge hole in the market, or even better, where is everyone just getting by? Pick a small hole you can fill and stand out above your competitors. Let me explain it with a very specific example. Let's talk about Nomatic.com. Nomatic was founded because the founders realized that internet and technological advancement have made it very easier for people to work while traveling, and now most of the people choose to work while traveling. These individuals need to carry their belongings with them, and Nomatic provides a product line that do that. Now, when it comes to find the perfect niche, you don't have to invest in something new. For the most part, Nomatic's luggage is like any other. The Nomatic brand resonate with a very specific audience, for example, remote workers, entrepreneurs, and travelers, because the way they talk about their products, the way they describe their product line directly speak to their potential customers' aspiration, and that's the power of niching down. Now, my last tip is very simple yet ignored by the most, and that is customer feedback. Yes, the best way to develop a product line is to listen carefully what your customers tell you. No matter how good your product or service is, you can always improve from the feedback of your customers. The people who use your product or services are in a great position to tell what to improve and what direction to take, and they will be happy you ask. So even if you are a freelancer, you should always ask for feedback, because that will ultimately be going to help you improve your product or services. So this is all about today's video. If you find my tips useful, let me know in the comment section, and if you have something interesting to add, also let me know in the comment sections. Like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching my video. Bye bye.